Okay, so we just finished talking about your outside time. So after dinner, you guys go outside, you take a walk, and William usually has something to drink and something to eat.
Right.
And then you come inside.
Right.
What happens next?
So then it's bath time.
Okay. So who usually gives William his bath? You or Matt?
Most of the time, Matt.
Matt does.
I do some.
Okay. So if I ask you about this, you should be able to tell me
Yes.
a little bit. Okay, so you go upstairs. Where do you start? Do you start in William's room or do you start in the bathroom?
We usually, I guess we start in the bathroom most of the time. He starts with brushing his teeth.
Okay, so does he like toothbrushing? Is he okay with that?
He does like it. Oh yes, he likes it. The goal is to suck as much toothpaste off the toothbrush as possible.
All right. That sounds about right for his age. So okay, so he brushes his teeth, and then what happens?
Well, he brushes them, and then we take a turn brushing
Okay,
them.
so you help him out.
Yes.
Make sure he gets everything.
He now knows how to rinse instead of just drinking the water.
Okay.
Then it used to just be bath time. Recently, he's decided he wants to do some, try to go to the bathroom on the potty.
Okay, so he's trying some potty.
Yes.
And how's that going for him?
It's going pretty well. I mean, we weren't going to initiate it quite yet, but he kept asking. So he kept asking, especially before his bath, so we decided to do it.
Okay, okay. Is he doing that any other time of the day?
If he asks for it, we're kind of doing it. And our plan had been to let him do it before the bath for like a week or so, see how that goes, and then do it when he wakes up in the morning and kind of add and
Okay.
I don't know. That was our.
That
He was ahead of us on
Okay.
that. So.
Okay. So so he goes potty,
Mm-hmm.
and then what?
And then he gets in the bath.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is he climbing in himself? Or are you lifting him in?
He gets lifted in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell me what he likes to do in the bathtub.
He has toys. I mean, regular boats and squirters and things like that. But really, he likes he has bath crayons.
Okay. So what's he doing with the crayons?
So he, he'll draw or do shapes. He pretends he's writing. He'll write something and say, "What's that say?" or "What's that spell?" And he wants us to tell him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about with washing himself?
He does. I mean, he does a little bit of that, paying particular attention to just his knees.
Okay.
So then we have to come back through and do a lot. And obviously we still wash his hair and things like that.
So how's he do with the hair washing?
Himself, or you mean he doesn't do it himself, but how's he handle it?
Yeah.
He's okay with it, and he's taken swimming lessons.
Okay.
Quite a bit, so he doesn't mind getting wet or getting his face wet or getting his head wet. He doesn't care.
And is he talking much? Is he, I mean,
Yes.
during the bathtub, what are some of the things
yes.
you hear him say and do?
Well, he really is into counting right now and into letters. So he will tell us what letters or numbers he wants us to write in the tub with his crayons. And then he likes to practice counting. So he has number lines written up in his bath. So that's what he likes to do most.
Okay.
But he'll do all kinds of things. He likes the same jokes, night after night. So if something funny happens one night, he wants it recreated the next night.
Okay, like
Yes.
what would one of those funny things
Anything
be?
that happens with a toy, like one day the rubber ducks might fall into the bath, and so then I might say, "Oh no, you better get those rubber ducks, they don't know how to swim. Can you teach them how to swim?" And then the next day he wants to do the duck swimming lessons. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So then when it's time to be done, who decides it's time to be done with the bath? William or
No.
you?
We do. And it's usually a long bath.
Okay.
And he would let it just keep going.
Okay.
So
how do you let him know that it's time?
I think Matt typically just tells him we got a couple more minutes, or we're going to do this one last thing, and then it's going to be time to get out. And so he's okay with that usually.
Okay, so when it's time to get out, are you guys lifting him out, or is he trying to climb out?
He stands up, and then I guess we lift him. A lot of things just out of habit. Probably he could probably do it himself.
Okay. And then I guess you tell him towel dry him? Does he try to do any of the drying or?
I mean, he's in like one of the little hooded towels and he's kind of wrapped all up, and then we just walk him in or carry him into his room, and so he doesn't usually dry himself off.
Okay.
No.
And then so he goes into his room, and then what happens next?
Then he just gets, his hair combed, which he will do himself. And he gets his pajamas on. Some of that he can do himself.
Okay.
Some of that he needs help with.
Okay.
So.
And then what happens?
And then it's time to read books.
Okay.
So, and we kind of take turns with that. Some nights I do it, some nights Matt does it.
Okay.
And we're kind of, even with his bath, if he's doing it, I'm kind of in and out of the room or vice versa, so.
Okay. All right. Okay. That sounds great.